Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and yesterday was a pretty big day as terms of buffs and nerfs for certain types of heroes, and for heroes that I honestly think deserve some sort of buffs and nerfs. And I'm not going to go throughout the whole entire list for this video. I just mainly wanted to focus on Reaper because I feel like Reaper got the best end of the stick. You know the old saying, like someone got the short end of the stick? He got like the biggest one and then some. He got the biggest stick of... That sounds sexual. Anyway, so today I wanted to just talk about Reaper and how he could possibly be the brand new DPS king, but I'm not going to try to make that assumption. I actually want to hear you guys' thoughts about the new Reaper buff. And you guys don't know what's been going on with Reaper. Pretty much whenever he goes into Wraith form, his shotguns, his Hellfire guns actually get a reload. So if you guys know how McCree works, whenever he combat rolls, he actually gets a reload in his gun. He could have one bullet. If he combat rolls, he's going to get a full 6-bullet clip. Same thing with Reaper. If he fires 6 shots and if he has 2 shots left, he just goes in Wraith form and boom, he gets 8 shots total, 4 into each of his shotguns. So I don't think people realize how powerful this is going to be. And again, I'm not sure to make the assumptions like, oh my god, he's going to be totally broken, because let's say this, say that he did have this buff and he was able to Wraith form it, but he was able to cancel his Wraith form. I think then he would be a pretty overpowered here, because people would just totally abuse that, because at that point he not only has 8 shots, he has 16 shots. But in a sense, this is sort of how Reaper is going to play as, because I feel like Reaper mains are just totally going to use this to their full advantage, because the way that Reaper works, and it's kind of his biggest downfall, is that you're a tank buster, right? You're supposed to be in the enemy's face, and that means you're at the front lines. At least with Soldier 76 and even McCree and maybe even Sombra, not really all that much. Someone like Genji and someone like Reaper are at the enemy's faces, but they're at a big disadvantage because they're not a tank. When there's someone like Reinhardt, there's someone like Diva, they have 600, 500, like sort of like Roadhog, they have all this HP. A squishy hero like that, and they have to go with the front lines, there is no reason why they wouldn't be taken out by a Roadhog or a Diva or just like even a Soldier 76. So when Reaper has to go in the enemy's face to take out that Winston, to take out that Diva, and now they're able to Wraith form out of there, well, now they just have to boop, boop, boop. You get shots into the Winston, and okay, they realize they're going to shoot at you. Oh, well, I'm just going to Wraith form out of there, get a health pack, and I already have a full clip right here. I'm going to take you out real quick. So again, I don't think people realize how good this is going to be for Reaper. Is this going to totally break Reaper? I don't know. This is where you guys come in the conversation. Do you think, well, obviously this is something really awesome for Reaper, because previously he was kind of overshined by, well, in the DPS category in the offensive class, obviously Soldier 76 and even McCree and Genji to an extent, but even Roadhog did his better as terms of shotgun, because he's able to bring people closer. He's not having to really go forth at the front lines. He can kind of hang out more in the middle grounds, bring the squishies to him, and boom, they're dead right there. I say this with all of my videos that have some sort of nerf or buff to a hero, and we're just gonna have to see how it plays out, because we all knew what happened with Sombra. When Sombra got announced with her toolkit and ultimate, so many people thought she was gonna be a broken, overpowered hero, and now that we actually see how she played out, well, she's actually at the bottom of the barrel. She's one of the least played heroes. Not a lot of people like her. People barely play her in competitive, but I still feel like she's one of the most powerful heroes, especially with that only. I still don't understand why. At least with Reaper, he was one of the first heroes in the game, and people already know what they need to do. They need to get it in the enemy's face, specifically tank's face. He's the biggest tank buster there is, and just pop shots into them and then just get out of there. That's usually how it would go, and you would usually have to get supported by like a Mercy or an Ana. Well, that may still be the case, but at least now you won't get killed as easily as, like, say, towards like a Mei or maybe like a Roadhog, because now you're able to pop shots, go in the Wraith form, kind of go out of there, but you can even go back into the fight because you have a full clip. You don't have to wait to reload. Again, it's not that big of a change as terms of maybe like an increase in damage like to Soldier 76, but that's also another thing that I think makes Reaper kind of a potential DPS king for maybe Season 5, is that Soldier 76 got a bullet reduction from 20 to 19. Sure, it was a little tiny change, but the change that he got from like a buff standpoint was from, I think, 17 bullet damage to 20 bullet damage. Not that big of an increase, but still made him not an overpowered hero. You still took some skill, but still a very good DPS hero that kind of replaced McCree, and we all saw how that went about. So again, I'm not trying to make assumptions saying that Reaper is going to take over the meta, that Reaper is going to take over the DPS slot when it comes to, oh, well, we need a DPS hero, let's play Reaper, when previously if you picked Reaper, they'd be like, homie, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Either way, Reaper is getting a buff. This buff is only on PTR. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video. I'm probably going to get tons of comments saying, oh, this buff is only on PTR. Do your research. Please watch the whole entire, please let me know if you watched the whole entire video. And also let me know what you think about this Reaper buff. It was very much needed because it's not like he was at the bottom of the barrel, but he was totally outshined by Roadhog, Soldier 76, and even McCree to an extent. Now that this is available, I can already tell that this is not going to be abused. I'm not saying that, but it's going to be used to its full extent, especially for Reaper mains. So love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.